Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Colby Blaine here, head men's basketball coach, College, Idaho. Welcome to Kansas City. Congratulations, by the way.
I appreciate it. This is the ultimate goal, and I'm glad we're here. It's a good final site to be at.
You know, Colby, I have a question for you. You had a heck of a run through the Cascade Conference. I was trying to remember the last time you lost a Cascade Conference game. But putting that aside for a moment, you got through the conference tournament rather easily. I know no games are easy, but you're coming here, you're playing 16 of the best teams in the country. You know, where do you feel like your team is, coming into this last 16 here in Kansas City?
Sure. Well, if you would have asked me that at halftime of our first game of the tournament against Westcliff, I would have said, boy, I'm not sure if we're ready. It was,
right.
It was a 2-point lead, and we were a little nervous, weren't making a lot of our shots. But once we settled in, we played a great second half in the first game. And then I thought our Xavier game, our round of 32 game, I thought we played as well as we have all year long. Really did a nice job of handling their athleticism. They put on a hard press at the end of the game. We did a great job of handling that. And we just played with a lot of confidence. We hit 9 threes that night. And so we got all the confidence in the world coming in here. We know the teams are going to be really, really good. And, they got all the tools that they need to be successful. But we do feel good about where we're at.
Colby, I agree with you. I thought the Xavier game was a heck of a test. That's the one game that's a common opponent, right,
Sure.
between you and LSU Shreveport. You beat them by kind of about the common margin.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard to judge there. But if you break down the two teams, and I'm not good at coach speak, but if you break down the two teams, you guys want to pound the offensive boards, and LSU Shreveport pounds the offensive boards.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just talk about what are you more worried about? Are you more worried about outscore? Obviously, you got to outscore them to win,
Sure.
but are you more worried about rebounding or getting your scoring?
That's a good question. It's funny when you get to the end here, almost every team at this time of the year does about the same thing. They all rebound, right? They all take care of the ball. They all execute their defense very well. Everybody here can defend. And so it's whoever's literally just going to win those battles. It's, like you said, offensive rebounding has been a big thing for both of our teams.
Yep.
We understand that we got to win the rebounding battle. They understand it too. At the end of the day, it's just going to come down to that. You can usually get a feel when that first shot goes up, who has the athleticism advantage, who has the mentality advantage. And so I'll just wait till that first shot goes up, and then I'll figure out where we need to go from there. But
the old box out and try to get the ball, that's dead. It's just you got to be stronger and faster than the other guy, right?
Correct. You got to just go get it.
I thought it's strength for people who, you've been ranked number one a long time, you're getting a lot of attention. But talk about your depth, because I follow you pretty closely. Every night, Drew Wyman one night, Jake O'Neal another night, Samaji Morgan one night, Tyler Robinette. Your depth is just incredible this season.
Yeah, well, a couple big things that are kind of fun about the depth. We bring our leading scorer, leading rebounder, and our leading assist getter off the bench. And so we have great players coming off the bench, and they play great in that role coming off the bench. We really focus all year long on trying to develop all of our guys. And what you're seeing right now is we play 9 in our rotation. You're seeing 9 guys who are really confident.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool when I was looking at the end of the year. Out of those 9 guys that are playing, 8 of them have been leading scorers at some point during our season, right? And so, you plan for one guy and there's another guy who's going to step up that night. But I do think a lot of it comes down to we really do focus on how do we get every guy in our rotation confident. And we got guys that can come in at any minute. Tyler Harris has played extremely good minutes for us off the bench as a big guy. And he came to this tournament last year against Grace University in our Sweet 16 game and came and gave us 10 big minutes in the first half. So, we love our depth, and it's just part of who we are as a program.
I got one more question for you. You're not going to get away with you've got to talk about your fans and what they've meant to you this year.
You mean the best fans in the country?
Well, they're going to be out here. I know they are. You're number one attendance in the country. I say it all the time on the podcast. I love going to College, Idaho. I don't like watching. I don't always like watching my team get beat, but I love going to College, Idaho. Talk about your fans.
Fans are incredible. We led the country in attendance this year. We averaged just about 1,400. Our gym holds 2,400. Those 2 regional games were packed house. The place was as loud as I've ever heard it. You got your football team and all your athletics teams in the school on one side. You got all your season ticket holders on the other side. But they are as loyal as any fans in the country. We have at least 100 of them coming out here, that aren't even family necessarily of our players. They're just Yote fans, and they're just coming out here to support our guys. And whether they're out here or not, we've got people writing notes and sending goodie bags and, donating money for our travel. It takes a village to have the type of success we're having, and the Yote fam, as we call them, is as good as anybody in the country. They really care about our guys, and I think our guys do a great job of really giving back to them and thanking them for coming to games and getting involved in the community and being good to the kids and in the community as well. And so it takes a village.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow afternoon, I guess we're gonna rack it up again and get it started again. Good luck, Colby, and thank you so much for taking a couple minutes.
You bet. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. This is perfect.